what we said at the time.
It's probably a good idea to take it.
Right. But again, I don't think it makes any difference.
You're going to get hurt.
Yeah, I don't think it makes a damn bit of difference that you say, everybody say, well, you know what, now, well, why would he be in a hurry to come back play for a team that really didn't want to give him the money? Well, au contraire. Anyway. I think if you give him money, you want to make sure you're just as careful to make sure your investment isn't ruined by sticking him in some game he doesn't belong in. So that I don't think that argument holds water for a second.
Portage, Michigan. It's Jay on the score.
Hey guys, you guys are going after Alzheimer's and diabetes today. What's next? You want to make fun of my asthma?
Yes.
Yeah, go ahead. Okay. Give us a reason.
Well, I don't know. Just let me catch my breath real quick. I'll give you one reason. When it comes to Ron Santo, a lot of people like him in the Cubs Nation, and I think it's because he was just a fan that had a lot of angst and everything. I don't know what his secret was. A lot of people liked him, and
There's no secret. He was just an old guy making weird noises and moaning and groaning,
sort of like me.
I'm a Cubs fan with a lot of angst, and no one likes me, so I don't know what his secret is.
Well, I can understand that actually. That's no surprise to this veteran observer.
On WSCR, the score.
All-time winningest coach, and he's good to kids. I don't know. I think that's someplace that.
Well, the Jerry Sandusky is the Sportsman of the Year.
I mean,
and by the way, Sandusky still doesn't think he did anything wrong.
I know. He is. I don't think I've ever seen anything quite like it. You don't realize how much good I've done for kids. No, Jerry, I'm afraid I don't. I really don't.
No. Here's what happened to Frank Beamer. This is what you're making fun of. In 1954, when Beamer was 7 years old, he used a push broom to help keep a pile of burning trash in place. Oh, no, if my 7-year-old was using a push broom near a pile of burning trash, there would be some issues. Said when the job was done, he returned the broom to the garage, not knowing its bristles were still smoldering. A spark ignited a can of nearby gasoline that exploded in front of him.
Oh, so it wasn't the thresher.
He was left with burns on the right side of his neck, his chest, and his shoulders, and dozens of skin grafts left him with permanent scarring. So that's what you're making fun of. Congratulations to you.
Well, let me weigh these things.
No,
diabetes, dementia, and that.
Right.
Where do they fall?
And asthma.
So I'm out in asthma. We didn't.
And asthma, where you cough out your ass.
Am I really ahead of the curve on the other two?
In Tinley Park, here's Daniel on the score.
Yeah, this is Daniel. Yeah, I got an
Yes,
idea
that's why I said this is Daniel. This is going to be an awful call.
Down. This management, because they don't have no structure, discipline, or accountability, or responsibility, and they are going to get blasted by Denver because he is a prayer host. He's got the Holy Ghost and everything, and that's just going to take them all the way to the Super Bowl. And that's going to be Denver and Green Bay in the Super Bowl.
No, it's not going to be Denver and Green Bay in the Super Bowl.
Is there something wrong with you?
Yeah, you're talking like Chris Farley, and he's dead too. I can't make fun of that though because I don't know how, but I'll think about it. What? I don't even know what he said the first three sentences. Do you?
Nobody wants to. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
You knew the moment that guy started talking that was going to be stupid, right?
Well, really, seriously, you don't need an energy drink. You can deal with this on a level plane. We're fine. We won't, unless you've been burned, you have dementia, diabetes, or asthma.
Mm-hmm. Or asthma. I always steal that old Bob Saget joke. He said that he gets asthma, where he coughs out his ass.
I'm really not making fun of Frank Beamer. I think
you are. I think you should.
No, I'm not.
I can't get past the 7-year-old using a push broom to contain burning garbage.
What are you doing? Who's your daddy?
Son, go out and burn some garbage and then sweep it around with a broom.
What?
Yeah, that I don't quite understand.
I'm a little lost by that, but I'll happily join a group to rally against that kind of thing.
It's like an everyday chore. I never really quite heard of that.
No.
Is that something you were asked? You grew up on a farm. Is that something you were asked to do? When you weren't combing the mane of your Shetland pony?
I was asked to leave.
You were asked.
I didn't need the broom.
You were actually asked to light the can of gasoline.
Yeah, that's right. Hey, have you tried this? What? Go in a room with 4 or 5 cans of kerosene and light them all up, and you stay in there? No, I haven't tried that.
Be happy to.
Go ahead. All of a sudden, I'm raised on a farm. I was raised on a farm, but reared in a sty.
Here's Tony in Mount Greenwood on the score.
Hey, guys. I'm a younger guy, so I understand about not seeing a ton of games, but that game had the holy trifecta of bad play, bad officiating, and bad commentary with it. I wanted to buy drugs off Solomon Wilcox yesterday. But the question
I agree, Tony. How old a man are you?
I'm 26.
Okay. Well, this is, and I'm 42. That's the worst Bears game I've ever seen, all things considered. As far as what you thought the expectations for victory were, quality of opponent, what was actually happening in the game, and the fact that it wasn't an early blowout. They're blowouts to say, okay, horrible game. You can be done with it, and it's a blowout, and you move on. But the fact is that it comes down to just the bitter torture of the end. Blah!
Well, don't forget, too, it's a safety when your quarterback is too far in the end zone, too.
If there's a hold in the end zone, which there was, the Bears caught a break on that. More bad officiating.
No, they don't know what those
so Solomon wasn't aware of that rule, though. The question I had was, I'm not a huge Johnny Knox fan, but all during training camp and preseason, you heard Mike Martz, and forgive me, I don't know the wide receiver coach name. You heard him dumping on this guy about how he needs to do this and do this. Where are these guys at in Roy Williams here? Because I don't see it coming from them about him. And I'll give him credit. At least he wasn't smiling when he dropped that ball yesterday. But it's every week with this guy, and I just wanted to hear your thoughts on that. I'll hang up and listen. Thank you.
Thank you, Tony.
Sounds like a man of great wisdom, though, for a younger guy. And I love it when you specify I'm a younger guy, so I don't know. Well, I would like to introduce you to the Jim Dooley experience and several others. The Abe Gibron experience when he wasn't eating an entire turkey.
He never actually ate an entire turkey.
Yes, he did.
No, he didn't.
Yes,
that's got urban legend.
No, it's not urban legend. You got Urban Meyer written all over it, too. He would go into a restaurant and eat an entire turkey and brag about it.
There was a story that Doug told about Abe Gibron when they trained at...
Ask Doug if that's not true.
Okay. Well, they trained at Rensselaer. Supposedly, Gibron got hungry and he wandered into the nearby cornfield and he ate raw corn.
He was the stalk of the town.
Hey! And then he had all sorts of horrible stomach problems. It was like horse corn or something, and he was eating it raw because he was so hungry.
Horse corn.
It was feed corn. I don't even think it was sweet corn. Most corn you see growing is not for human consumption.
Be done about it.
It's feed corn. Of course.
I don't know. I asked Doug if he didn't eat a whole damn turkey more than once. He made a sport
more
of
than
it.
once. He ate a whole turkey.
He made a sport of it. Yeah, he was a rollicking good time, Abe Gibron.
But how can a human being eat a whole turkey?
Well, I'm not talking about a 20-pounder. I'm not talking about one you bring your like
what
a
are you talking
6-7-pounder.
Again, I mean, I can eat a whole chicken.
Well, how much do you think that weighs? See, you're the only one I know right now can eat a whole chicken. Nobody I know.
A small chicken, a 3-pound chicken I could eat.
So I can eat chicken.
Yeah.
I could never do that.
No sides or anything. Just
the chicken. I need a whole chicken.
No way.
But actually,
no way. Not a chance in hell. All right.
Like
so this guy's twice your size at least.
An 8-piece is a whole chicken. If you eat an 8-piece, that's a chicken.
There's no God's green earth. I can't remember the last time I had 3 pieces.
No, you just go get the Boston Market whole chicken. You don't even have to break it up into pieces. You just eat the whole chicken.
I'd rather have it fried.
So Gibron
really? Fried's going to get in the way.
No, it's good,
The breading is going to make you
I'd be okay with it.
More full.
No, but when I make a whole chicken, a small whole chicken, I could probably eat it. I'd like to save some for the kids for dinner the next night, but because that's fun. Then you can get into all when you actually make the whole chicken. Don't bother with Boston Market. Make a chicken.
Make a chicken.
Screw you. What do you mean? Don't bother.
That's what you're going to
make a chicken.
Get the call from him at 10 o'clock at night.
No, when's the last time that happened?
Well, because you stopped.
When's the last time that happened?
You stopped buying all that
meat.
When's
the last time that
happened?
Right.
Because it has been
it's
a while.
Been a couple of years now.
You're going to make it. He's got a bag. He's going to throw up in that bag if you keep
I've never called you. I've always texted.
I texted saying, I've got a capon here, and I'm not sure what to do with it, but
well,
I'm really
that's
hungry.
To you. So you're not exactly a giant person, because I can tell that by listening to you.
Mm-hmm.
What did that guy say to you? Something about that. It was very funny. You're not athletic sounding or something. But at any rate.
Oh, the guy in the bar stool? That was the guy that gave us all of the injury code, right?
Yeah, I think.
You don't know that a bone is BONE, that's 4 weeks, and ligament is...
Abe at his best was probably tipping 270 in a really fat sort of way. Not like a built sort of way.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, so you don't think he can eat 4 extra pounds? It's 7-pound turkey.
I guess he could, but look at Kobayashi. He's a tiny little guy who can eat a lot. Just because you're big, it doesn't mean you can eat a lot.
Yeah, well, he can eat it too, though. You say nobody can do that. I think one of those guys could do it,
Has
too.
there been a competitive eating Thanksgiving thing where they compete to eat an entire turkey?
I got to be honest with you. Those things make me sick.
Oh, it's disgusting.
make me sick.
I agree. So does like man versus food and all that stuff. It just I hate that.
I can't do that. But anyway, if you don't believe me, we can ask Doug, because Doug knows all. Doug tells all.
Blake in Lockport, you're on the score.
Yeah, I was curious to see what you guys' thoughts are on a future offensive coordinator for the Bears, considering we know Martz is gone.
Mike Tice.
I don't know about that. He wasn't that great of a coach in Minnesota.
But it's probably going to be Mike Tice.
I don't know. To me, it would make sense to get a guy that's coached a guy kind of like Vic or Vince Young, somebody that's got experience working with quarterbacks that are successful out of the pocket.
Vic or Vince Young?
Oh, I'm not saying the color is Vic or Vince Young. I'm saying
I don't want him to be Vince Young.
No, I'm saying colors coordinator in Denver last time he was there.
The coordinator's probably going to be Mike Tice.
Mike Tice is going to be their
I don't know how many. This is the third time we've said it.
All right, whatever.
Okay, well, whatever. That's what he used to say back in the old country. Whatever.
Yeah, that's who it's probably going to be.
Yeah. I mean, why would you? First of all, you got to understand that you don't want to start afresh. You want to keep some things you have, some things you don't. I mean, and this is the guy that knows all of it.
However, I believe Mike Tice will go to something other than the numerical terminology.
Correct.
He'll go to a conventional terminology.
Correct. He's done it before. He's head coach. He knows. I mean, he may sound like a guy you go, oh my God Almighty, but I don't think so.
Like this. Every time he talks, you don't talk about. He just how's it going? He's talking like this.
So all of a sudden, you think the Bears are going to make a splashy offensive coordinator hire?
Bring Brian Billick out of retirement to run the offense.
Norv Turner's going to be available. Where it is, like Norv.
I do like his offenses. I don't like him as a head coach. I would have no problem with Norv as a coordinator. I would have no problem. I don't think he uses the same terminology. He's got some of the Coryell stuff in there, but I think he uses conventional terminology.
I think the Bears want to avoid the whole and keep it to Mike Tice. Is what I'm told.
It'll be fine. It'll be okay.
It's actually Norv Turner too. You know,
Norv Turner does not sound like that, but boy, he just looks lost as a head coach, doesn't he?
Death March.
That's tonight.
Not
on your television.
No, it's not.
My TV's not recovered from the Bears game.
No, it's not.
Something happened to the television, and it got angry with me for having to show the Bears game. So
there would have to be something that blew up 165 channels before I'd watch that game.
You gonna watch hockey?
No, I'm out
Versus?
tonight. No, I'm not gonna watch hockey.
No,
nah. I'm kind of after yesterday. That
you need recovery time.
Yeah, I need a time away. I need some time away.
We'll speak with Matt Bowen at 5 o'clock. Lawrence Holmes is going to join us at 5:40. Plenty of football talk. If what you saw yesterday really constitutes football, I'm not sure it did, because I thought after the game I didn't like football anymore, and then I wasn't sure.
I still think I don't.
I wasn't sure it was football. So what?
See, you've recovered awful quickly though for a man who was down like you were. You've recovered.
Well, it was early in the day. That's why I love noon starts. Because you have time to get over it.
You got one next week.
What time is it next week?
That'd be 3 o'clock. It's a Denver game, right?
Oh, yeah, it's at Denver.
Ugh. Be the CBS game of the millennium.
God versus Bears.
Versus Urlacher and Briggs.
You've got the score.
It's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. Maybe because of the news that Ron Santo is a Hall of Famer. Maybe that's broken it a little bit. But look, I mean, again, we have that list of quarterbacks that are available. There's just, when you look around the NFL now, when you look at these guys that come into games and that's your backup quarterback, that's a lot of bad road. There's nothing there.
We're talking about how tone deaf it is for Sports Illustrated to name
that's
Mike
what I think,
Krzyzewski
anyway.
and Pat Summitt the co-sports people of the year. And it saddens me to get stuff like this. This is from Jason, who says, what separates Coach K from all the other coaches?
You wrote this. I
like
can tell already.
Paterno. No, I didn't. So like Paterno or Tressel is that he's stayed successful, relevant, and his program has remained as close to pristine as college sports can be measured. He has helped to bring back some pride and dignity to USA basketball. He's maintained a high graduation rate, continues to keep his program in the hunt for a national title every year. He's the most positive, high-profile story in college sports right now. My God. See, this is exactly the point, is that after the Penn State stuff happens, you're not supposed to fall for this crap anymore. and after the Tressel stuff happens. You're not supposed to fall for this anymore.
Yeah, 4 months ago, he wrote that same thing about Jim Tressel.
Or Joe Paterno.
Joe Paterno. Here's what they stand for. And remember that Tressel was writing books about it.
It was his ministry.
Well, my ministry is also meeting. That's a dumb email. But I expect it when you deal with a powerful man. And first of all, you don't know any of those facts to be true. That's just your supposition. You would have had the same supposition about Penn State.
Also, don't forget that there is a special major that was created for Duke basketball players.
What is it?
Oh, I forgot what does he call it? It used to be sociology. When I was there, it was always sociology. And they changed it, and everybody majors in the same thing. Any of the real players, they always major, and it is a special basketball player major that is different than what other people have to do. There have been guys who've challenged themselves and tried to major in economics or Russian or stuff like that, but almost all of them have ended up not playing basketball because of the demands on the time. The reason why, if the players actually had to have the same standards as every other student, he wouldn't have a high graduation rate. But they've made it work. And don't take this as me thinking that a school shouldn't. I totally believe in a school relaxing its standards for sports. If it wants to, go ahead. You let in whoever you want. If you want to put them on your campus, that's okay. I don't have any issue with saying, look, we got to win games. We're going to let dummies onto campus.
We do, yeah.
And I think Northwestern should do it for basketball. I don't know why they don't. I think there's anything.
Stanford does, don't they? Stanford doesn't. They don't. They don't. Well, wait a minute. Oh, they're all architecture students, aren't they? No.
I mean, Michigan.
You can still get great players, though. I mean,
yeah, but how many?
Just about
every once in a while. You can't miss on guys, though. And when somebody does arrive that you have to have. If there is a smart guy who's going to go to the NBA, you got to get him.
And plus, the part of the equation this idiot doesn't understand that Coach K is a penis. That's a penis. That's the part of the equation you seem to be misinformed about.
Right.
This guy is no walk in the park for anybody who's actually trying to do a job.
Maybe seen one of his practices.
Yeah, not at all. So you can write it and sound like an idiot. Everybody's free to sound like an idiot. This is the United States of America. You can sound whatever you want to sound like. But he is not a pleasant force by any stretch of the imagination. So if you think that, continue to live in dreamland.
Marcus and Dalton, you're on the score.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Marcus.
Hello. Yeah, and Coach K, he's dirty, man. I ain't gonna get into details, but it's dirt on all of them. You know, the top college coaches, they all dirty.
Sure, they are,
of course.
And I called because I wanted to talk about Roy Williams. I like this guy, and I think he's getting unfair criticism. He's been coming on strong the last 5 weeks. You know, you can bring in Haney, and he's just trash, man. This guy has the worst pockets presence. I mean, it's just in the pocket is horrible.
What do you like about Roy Williams?
Yeah, what is it about Roy Williams just caught your eye?
I always like Roy. I think he plays hard, you know.
Except when it comes to actually the catching of the ball.
Yeah, I like his personality. I think he's a jerk, but I kind of like, you know, I think he's a good guy.
See, you're observant enough to know he's a jerk.
But
it's
all fine as long as he catches
that
the
ball at the goal line.
Right.
You got to catch that ball, not say that big brown thing was on top of it.
I agree with you on Haney. Haney is a bad quarterback.
Yeah.
Nothing was properly timed. There wasn't a single pass that he threw that seemed to be properly timed.
Here's the difference. Thank you, Marcus. And at least you know he's a jerk because I'm sorry. A veteran player has to make that catch at the goal line. It cannot clank off your hands and go, well, all of a sudden they turn around the ball. Where did you think you were? Where did you think you're going? He's afraid of getting hit. But here's the other part of this. The difference is very simple. When you watch Jay Cutler, when he gets in trouble and he's rolling away from it or he's either side, generally to his right, he's got an awareness of what's going on down the field. When Caleb Haney is running away from people, he's in a panic. Mm-hmm. He's so panicked he doesn't even understand that when he sees like a 260-pound guy coming at him, get the hell out of bounds. What are you taking that shot for? Why do you want to get hit by this guy?
It's almost as if he stopped and waited for the guy to hit him. Come hit me, please.
I mean, get out of it. Look, you really aren't looking that much. You're too jumpy to actually like continue to survey the field, look around, see if there's anything there. Because it's the same receiving corps. Good? No, not necessarily, but still these same guys. And are they always in the right place? Probably not. But Jay is under control. Caleb Haney is running for his life. But even as running for his life, he can't quite get the concept Don't take a hit on the sidelines. What quarterback takes a hit on the sidelines?
Our buddy Westside Mike's out today. What's up, Mike?
How you doing, fella?
Mike.
Listen. This quarterback, I play John Madden. He's only a 2. He sucks in the video game. Who sucks in a video game online? I played with him with the Bears. He can't complete a pass. He's hot garbage. Will somebody please tell him he's no good? He just needs to be on the sideline collecting a check with holding the sideline with the clipboard. I could do that job.
Who should be quarterbacking then?
Listen, he's running like he's Fred Thompson. Is he going to ever throw the ball?
Nobody
never said nothing. Then this Roy Williams, he cannot catch anybody like him. Got to be dumb and dumb. Look, he is garbage too. All he do is think he's Richard Dawson holding up his finger. I love you on the Family Feud. Who the hell does that?
Did he say he's running like Fred Thompson?
I think he said that.
Former Republican presidential candidate. Oh, Fran Tarkenton.
Come on, seriously, Fran Tarkenton.
I swear to God, I thought he said Fred Thompson.
I wasn't sure.
I didn't know that actor/political candidate Fred Thompson.
Oh, no, he was a T-formation quarterback.
You're running like Fred Thompson.
Mike, we love you. I have no idea sometimes what but I don't care.
It doesn't matter.
I don't care. Whatever it is, it's good with us.
Whatever the content is, it's all about the style points when it comes to him. Now, usually we're getting ready for the second half, but not on Bears Monday, when NFL coverage on The Score is presented to you by Bud Light, the official beer sponsor of the NFL.
Scoreboard update.
From the Chicago Wolves Update Studio, I'm Chris Ranji. Wolves tickets make great holiday gifts. Call 800-THE-WOLVES and ask for the holiday gift pack. Well, not a very good performance by Bears quarterback Caleb Haney yesterday, and today Lovie Smith said they are not going to go outside the organization to acquire somebody to replace him, and he does expect that all of his quarterbacks will improve without additions.
We're going to make improvements with our group, all positions. But so we're not looking on the outside. We don't have a quarterback tryout, anything like that. These are our guys, and we're all going to get better.
Lovie also put to rest any ideas that offensive coordinator Mike Martz is not in the team's plans for next season and confirmed the MCL knee sprain for Matt Forte, hoping that he will be back within a few weeks. Did not have a timetable, however. For many, it was long overdue, but today former Cubs third baseman, the late Ron Santo, was voted into the Hall of Fame by the Golden Era Committee, but no Hall this time around for the Sox Minnie Minoso. He was not voted in. 2 preseason games coming up for the Bulls, who will play the Pacers on the 16th and the 20th. This as teams can begin practice on the 9th. Joakim Noah at the Berto Center today, working out, declared himself 100% healthy following last season's ankle injury. Tonight on The Score, DePaul will take on Wisconsin-Milwaukee. Zach and Lawrence have the call of that game. It starts at 7:45. And the Fighting Illini in the top 25 in both polls now. 22nd in the coaches. They are 24 in the AP. The update brought to you by Blaine's Farm and Fleet, online at farmandfleet.com. And the closing bell is sponsored by J.P. Morgan Chase Banks. The Dow rose 78 points today. The S&P 500 up 13. The NASDAQ rose 29. I'm Chris Ranji, and you are listening to the Home for Bears Mondays, starting with Mully and Hanley breaking down the game and continuing coverage throughout the day on Sports Radio 670 The Score and 670thescore.com, Chicago sports station.
This hour is brought to you by Rivers Casino.
And this portion of Sports Radio 670 is brought to you by Cake, the new vodka by UV. Yeah, there is a Hall of Fame for Minnie Minoso. It's
different one, though.
Not the Baseball Hall of Fame.
The Baseball Hall of Fame.
There's undoubtedly a proper Hall of Fame where Minnie would get his just due.
His just due. Well, I don't know if they give him any just due. They just take a close look and go,
yes.
Yep.
That's
yes,
a yes.
Sir. There's no vote necessary, really. You just kind of go,
you're over here, and Phil Ford is over here.
Phil Ford. And Mimi Hines. Never mind. See, that's an easier Hall of Fame, though. You know what I mean?
You know what? When
literally,
you
you can't get enough members.
Here's Jason and Sheriffville on the Score.
That's right. Otherwise, I'll be literally on top of a player before the night's over.
Hello?
Hello?
Hey, what's going on, guys?
You are.
Hey, yeah, I know I am. But I got 2 points right now about Ron Santo.
First one is I'm a Cubs fan, but I'm also a realistic Cubs fan. And when he died last year, I actually looked at the numbers what Ron had compared to Brooks Robinson and any other third baseman that is in the Hall of Fame right now. And they're right there, so it's been a year overdue for him. And second up, I don't know if you guys remember the Billy Williams said it at his funeral, that there was, 3 players already inducted in the 69 team. We choked. We didn't do nothing. But if we went to the World Series, he would have been in there a long time ago. I just want to get your thoughts on that.
No, not necessarily. He only got like 3% of the vote when he was first eligible. And that's more because...
3%, not much.
That's because people didn't like him.
Yeah, well, there was some of that, but there's someone just didn't think... Look, at that time, the Hall of Fame was a little tougher place to get in.
Mm-hmm.
And look, don't compare him to Brooks Robinson. It's the best fielding third baseman in the history of the game who did it on baseball's biggest stage time and time again. I mean, when you stop making that comparison and looking at numbers and saying he didn't do this, he didn't do that, I mean, first of all, if that Cubs team had made the World Series, it would have been a miracle.
I do believe he's the all-time Cubs leader in wins above replacement, at least per the way Fangraphs calculates it.
What about Hack?
Hack? No, he didn't play long. Hack was too drunk. Hack was hellaciously good at baseball, but you talk about there's drunks, and then there's
Hack.
Hack Wilson. I'm not saying that the guy was like out late at night every once in a while.
Oh no,
no. Hack was holy crap, this guy's an alcoholic. Even other alcoholics would be like, oh well, I'm not Hack. I'm not like that.
Were they considered alcoholics back then?
No, they were considered just
friendly,
fun-loving, friendly baseball men.
Yeah, hard-living,
seafaring
no
pirates.
Liver, hard-living, no liver. Oh, my liver hurts.
Well,
guys.
The character Jimmy Dugan from A League of Their Own is based on both Jimmy Fox and Hack Wilson.
Good old double X. Hack had to be in a tub of ice every day to get him, wake him up and get him ready to play.
Mm-hmm. He was pickled.
Yeah.
But I think Sano is the all-time leader. And I think Sano has always deserved to be in the Hall of Fame.
See,
I didn't want all of the whining and mawkish, maudlin campaigning, everything he did concurrently with, well, I'm doing all this for charity, but
so if he's the all-time war guy, that means he was better than Ryan Sandberg?
I believe he had more wins above replacement as a Cub than Ryan Sandberg.
See, that's why some of those numbers are just...
I'd have to look at it, but
ridiculous. It's ridiculous. He's not the that measure would make him one of the greatest players in Cubs history. But, really, there's.
But remember, it's specific to position.
Yeah,
war is positional, so don't read too much into it. Ron in LaGrange Park, you're on the score.
Hey guys, how you doing?
Good.
Hey, I was at the game yesterday. Boring as can be.
You
went
to that game?
Take the offense out of it. The defense was awful, too.
No,
this guy,
no.
Palco could not pass the ball
Palco.
more than 5 yards
Dean
without it being incomplete. So all he was doing was dinking and dunking the whole time.
But they weren't. They were obvious, there were a couple of bad drives that the Bears defense should not have allowed with it. But the problem wasn't his passing. The problem were the draw plays.
Right, and I was calling the draw. I'm sitting there talking to my buddy. Here's the draw play.
Okay, you're the all-time greatest football mind. You know why they were doing it? Because it was working.
I should get paid by those guys.
No, you shouldn't.
That's quite the commercial for going to a Bears game.
I don't know why.
I'm ready to take more Ron Santo calls. Actually, I think I'm ready. No, I'm not. I'm never ready for that.
I'm ready.
I'm not. No, I'm not. No, let me think
no,
about that.
I'm
No,
not.
I'm not. Yes, I am. No, I'm not. Yes, I am. No, I'm not. Wow. I was there, and the defense, yeah. No, the defense, no. It's like a once-in-a-lifetime thing that
there were a couple drives that I thought...
If Urlacher had been left alone, if Conti hadn't come up from behind him,
correct,
sort of like Ranji does, the ball would have been on the ground. Ball would have been on the ground. Urlacher was going to go straight down with it, and Conti's angle was such that it went a little too far. I mean, that's all. Thank you. Because it demands it. It absolutely demands it. It must have it. But that's all it was. So that play gets you beat, and you blame the defense.
They shouldn't have allowed the drive down the field, though.
No, but you called 2 timeouts to help them.
3 third downs and a 4th down converter should happen.
But you called 2 timeouts.
I don't care how many timeouts you called. You should stop that team.
The Charles Tillman defensive.
They shouldn't be close enough.
Right.
Seriously, Terry. I mean, if this is the defense that wanted for 2 weeks now to put it on them and put it on our shoulders. I'm not putting it all on them, but you asked for it and you had it.
I am not exempting them from blame. And early in the game,
the offense sucks, but you understand that. You understand that going in.
I'm ready though. I think they're going to come back big.
There's more pressure on them, and the standards are higher against Tyler Palko and the Chiefs.
Special teams was awful, too.
Oh, my God. Devin
kept letting the ball hit the ground.
He did the wrong thing every time.
And Robbie Gould missed the field goal.
And what's the point of waving for a fair catch if you're going to let the ball bounce? If you're going to let it bounce, just let it bounce.
Yeah, I don't know. He did have the 44-yarder, but they did nothing with that. They kept going. Well, and you also, aside from all the other things that you talk about Roy Williams' play, which is huge. You got to catch that ball, and a lot of other little things they did. You can't. The Chiefs sold out to get to him, and by God, they got to him. They kept doing it and doing it and doing it, and you had no answer. Why didn't you have an answer to that?
Because they couldn't find the hot receiver.
Why can't you find him?
Because Caleb Haney can't see the field the same way. We're Boers and Bernstein. Still a lot more to come. That's a threat. You've got the score.
The Chiefs? Really? Hey, it's Mac from the McNeil and Spiegel Show, middays 9 to 1 on the Score. It's Bears Monday, and we're recapping the loss to Kansas City in this post-Jay Cutler world on the official station for Bears fans. Sports Radio 670 The Score and 670thescore.com. Chicago sports station.
NFL Talk on the Score is being brought to you by Bud Light, the official beer of the National Football League. Win or lose, always enjoy the game with an ice cold Bud Light. Bud Light, it's a sure sign of a good time. Here we go. Please enjoy responsibly.
Not all wings are created equal. The wing experts at Wingstop serve their wings fresh and offer a variety of flavors from original hot to savory garlic parmesan and lemon pepper. Then Wingstop tops it off with fresh cut seasoned fries. Football legend Troy Aikman raves about the wing experts at Wingstop.
Nobody does wings quite like Wingstop.
Our visits with him, he can break it down X's and O's wise. Although if you want to break that Bears game down X's and O's wise, good luck with that, but we will try with our buddy Matt, and then Lawrence Holmes will join us at 5:40-ish or so, and he'll have his own unique look at the Bears and the Chiefs. And really, kids, there's not many ways you look at that and come away with anything out of it. I don't know what you possibly come out of it. You lose your running back. Your offense just looks awful all day. Your backup quarterback didn't take a step forward. Instead, he took 2 steps back, Simon says.
He took a step back to being what he is.
Well, see, that I think it was still open to argument of what he is.
You can only go so far forward when you're not good. So write that down.
Let me, if I had a writing utensil, I would certainly write that down. I would put that down this year's Quotes of the Year.
Wednesday, the Quote of the Year show.
That's what I'm getting to, yeah. One of our favorite days of the year. I don't think that's one of them, but I'll consider that. I'll put that on the list.
Look who's out today. Our buddy John in Shorewood on the Score.
Hey, guys. Thanks for taking my call. Hey, I got 2 questions for you. This isn't an I told you so call, but this is a sincere thought I had. Now, I guess I want to know I know I'm an idiot. Let me just say that. I get that I'm an idiot.
We've met you, John. We know that. We put you in the
established. I know. Yeah. Okay, I get that. But who's the bigger idiot? Me for thinking that once the Bears lost their stud quarterback that the season was over, or some of you guys whose opinions I trust and respect, like Hub Arkish, Dan Bernstein, who said they'll be fine. And I guess my question is, even though the schedule looked favorable, I get that. Mm-hmm. Where did that confidence come from that they would be fine when you lose a stud like Cutler? Where did that come from? Because I thought I'm not a pessimist, but I just thought it was over. It's just reality. You lose a great quarterback, usually you struggle.
My belief was largely because of the schedule, and because I thought they'd run block better.
Well, also the defense and special teams, John, have been known to save the day.
Right.
You needed. That's been very handy when Bears have won. The special teams has come in very handy over the years when the Bears have struggled offensively. But that really hasn't much been there. And look, I am not. Did I think the defense was great yesterday? No. But do I think it was their fault? No.
I thought there was, of any game left on their schedule,
this is the one you're going to win.
One absolute certainty.
Well, here's what we said.
Chiefs.
Here's what we said. And I thought you could get 3 more wins.
Mm-hmm.
Now we're down to winning 3 out of 4.
You're not going to get 3 more wins. Your only hope is that everything sort of sags back to 9-7. Because I don't think you can beat the Broncos.
It just might.
It might, but even that, what are you accomplishing? Great. So
what you didn't want to see, thank you, John, what you didn't want to see yesterday is that the Falcons get a game ahead of you. But see, there they are.
Mm-hmm.
Again, it's like, man, you before you tell me you're a really good NFL team, you can't go into somebody else's house with their third-string quarterback and get beat 17-10.
The all-time leader per Fangraphs for the Cubs in wins above replacement is Cap Anson.
My guy!
He is by that measure their best position player ever.
That I believe.
Ron Santo is at 80.2, so he is just half a win behind Cap Anson. Then Ernie Banks at 74.1.
Ernie Banks. It was Santo better than Banks.
Billy Williams at 67.9. Sammy Sosa at 63.7. Remember, it's just as a Cub. Then Ryan Sandberg at 62.7. Then Stan Hack, Gabby Hartnett, Frank Chance, Joe Tinker, Johnny Evers. Look at that. Chance, Tinker, and Evers.
And you know what?
In order.
Are all three of them in the Hall of... Because we took them all out, didn't we?
Oh, Frank Chance is absolutely not a Hall of Famer, even though he is. He's one of the worst Hall of Famers.
Well, how about the other two? Are they in it?
I don't know if Tinker and Evers are. But then Mark Grace, Bill Nicholson, Billy Herman, Phil Cavaretta.
Really, that's not a great baseball tradition.
It's not. Right? For a heritage team?
That's really not much. That list is kind of sicky.
It is.
That list make me
that was
sick.
War? That was the War?
Fangraphs War.
Okay, did they have it broken down by position?
For the Cubs themselves?
Yeah.
Well, you could make the position team out of it. Yeah, we could put a team together, what it would be.
But like their all-time team?
Yeah, I just want to see... Oh, no, I just want to see, like, as far as, like, all the third basemen, how they rank. Like, where Santo is above...
Well, he's number one in Cubs history.
Santo is at 80.2, and I don't know the positions from a lot of these other guys, so I would have to... I'd have to scroll down.
How about Andy Pafko?
Oh, see, now he's going to play it again as soon as you bring up...
Where's Andy Pafko?
What other third baseman would you want to see? Well, here, Bill Madlock.
Yeah, just give me
12.5.
Ooh, that's not good. Madman Madlock.
Where is the guy I can't find?
Okay, fans, let me hear ya. Okay, 1, 2, 3 strikes. Out to the ball game. Take me out to the crowd.
That's right. Add that to the list of Boers and Bernstein on a dreary Monday afternoon. The list we've made fun of. Go ahead, add it on if you will.
Every game, Terry. Every game.
Elderly.
I would have him there every game.
All right, here you go. Here are your all-time Cubs third baseman. Matt?
All right, thank you. That's all I want.
You asked for it, sorted by third baseman. Wins above replacement as a Cub.
Yeah.
Purely in a Cub uniform. Ron Santo, 80.2. Stan Hack, 59. Ned Williamson, 37.5.
So 80 to 59 to 37?
Yep. Then it's Woody English, Heine Zimmerman. I think it's Rod's nickname.
It is with me.
Hey.
I'll see him next Monday night.
Then Aramis Ramirez at 29.1. Harry Steinfeld.
My cracky.
Loved his TV show.
No, that's Jerry Seinfeld.
Same person. That's not been played in a while. Thank you.
Tom Burns.
That's what?
Randy Jackson.
Sounds like a relative.
I love him on American Idol.
Bill Madlock.
Maddie, you got to admit this. If your second best third baseman is Stan Hack, you got no baseball tradition.
Right,
you got a handful
here's
of
the
crap.
question.
I think that's the point, right, Terry?
Yeah, that is the point.
And there's a lot of third basemen who are in negative territory here. But there's only one, who is at negative 4.7. So who is, by this measurement, the
Kevin Ory?
Steve Ontiveros.
No. It's something called Jiggs Parrott. Jiggs, Jiggs, last name Parrott.
He has him on the Comcast broadcast with him.
This is a Jiggs Parrott. And then Chico Walker, Gary Scott, Rob Sparing, Todd Zeal, Doug Strange.
By cracky.
Now that's good. Yeah, maybe I'll add strange to that because I think anytime you use the word.
Well, I know.
Come on,
I got you.
Come on, that's very good by him. If his
even
posture was only better, I could like him. Boy, that I suppose other franchises, though, would be that bleak.
That's every franchise here, though. We say the same thing all the time. They talk about Bears quarterbacks or Cubs, whatever.
You know who's at 1.4 WAR as a former Cubs third baseman?
Kevin Ory.
Harry Wolverton. By crack! No, Kevin Ory. There's Kevin Ory.
Sucked.
They named a mountain after him, though.
2.3 for Kevin Ory.
I said one time he was going to be good.
Steve Onaveros, 4.6.
Best looking third baseman the Cubs have ever had.
Steve Buechele.
Where's the Penguin?
Steve Onaveros is in between Bill Miller and Mark Bellhorn.
Remember Mark Bellhorn that people couldn't get enough?
Yes, Mark Bellhorn, remember that's the guy that Bruce Kim said was battling his ass. And we still don't know quite how that works.
Did he win a World Series with the Red Sox?
Won a batting title, didn't he?
Did Mark Bellhorn?
Oh, Bill Miller won a batting title.
Bill Miller won a batting title.
But wasn't Mark Bellhorn on that?
Bellhorn was a sabermetric darling because for one season because of his walk ratio. He was a
bum.
Bum, yeah, but he had a really good on base percentage year and became sort of a flavor of the day. You asked about Ron Say.
Ron Say, the Penguin.
6 wins above replacement as a third baseman in his Cubs career.
Yeah.
He's no Harry Steinfeld.
Or Harry Wolverton.
Or Terry Steinbach.
Terry Steinbach.
Pretty good. But that was an era where you knew things were going on in that.
That was my favorite team as a kid.
Terry Steinbach.
The Oakland A's La Russa steroid team?
That whole thing.
You know when they were
brothers.
cool? Oh, and Dave Henderson?
Because I was a kid, I'm like, these dudes hit the ball everywhere and out of the park quickly every single at bat.
How about an aging Dave
Then
Parker?
you had angry-ass Dave Stewart. You had the angry brother and the white guys who could bash.
Red-ass Dave
Big
Stewart.
old drunk Bob Welch.
Yep.
You had Eck when he was at his eckiest.
Yep. Come on, how could a kid not like that team? I'm a child, mind you. I mean, that was awesome.
You were always also the kid that would look for other teams outside of Chicago.
I enjoyed the Chicago teams, but I wanted to have something else to watch when they let me down.
Which was always.
When didn't they, by the way? 2005. And the Bears in
90 through 98.
Well, the Bulls don't count.
What do you mean the Bulls don't count?
Because
you a hockey fan?
Yeah, they don't count. Flat brim.
Why do I know he's going to say that? He's like a,
what?
He's a jerk. Oh, yeah. It's very simple what he is.
Yeah.
Well, I was just making fun of the hockey supremacists.
No, that's you.
Yeah, that's me. That's right. I don't go for that basketball with those tattoos.
Yeah, Bellhorn won in 2004. He was there.
Bellhorn was there.
And it was his second highest on-base season at 373. And also his season high 177 in strikeouts.
See, that which is weird because he doesn't have the third outcome. Usually the high strikeout, high on-base percentage guys also are high home run guys.
His best outcome for me was he quit.
Was leaving.
Yes, that was his best outcome when the door opened and he went out and never came back.
Boers and Bernstein on the score.
Hey, McNeil and Spiegel fans. For the latest news, blogs, show downloads, and more, log on to McNeilandSpiegel.com.
Hold.
Okay.
Wow.
So unless anything changes.
We're not. Don't feel bad if we're not talking to you.
It's White Sox pregame. It's a long one.
Do you have all sorts of controversial thoughts for America?
Yeah, I will. Well, controversially.
Yeah.
I'm only a little upset with the whole Hall of Fame thing in general. You can't get me on this one. Not today, boys.
Wow.
Not today. Well, at least not right this minute.
Why not?
I don't know about 4:30, but probably at some point.
You're upset with the Hall of Fame thing because he's too dead to...
No, I hate the whole process. It's dumb.
Mm-hmm.
It's dumb. I mean, if Santo was deserving of being there now, he's deserving of being there, as soon as he was available to be in.
Or you can blame it the other way. Why
Right,
is he more eligible now?
Well, because he,
Well, see, that's not a great criteria if you really enjoy an award. A Lifetime Achievement Award is not good if you're dead.
Well, why is Jerry Sandusky on Extra?
Jerry Sandusky's interviewing on Extra. I want to know what he says on this one.
By the way,
he says, you're attracted, but not sexually.
That's what I am with Ranji.
No, you're sexually attracted to Ranji.
Oh, that's right. It's the opposite.
Both. You were definitely both.
Now, you'd think that Joe Amendola is just going out of his way to poison the jury pool, right? Well, seriously, why else would you have Jerry Sandusky on Extra?
So you know what you are? You're another one of those guys who overlooks that
wasn't an actual interview with Extra. They were just replaying.
No, they weren't. That is an interview with Extra. That is an Extra reporter.
Is that the New York Times one?
No.
It looked just like the
New York Times one. I think it is.
New York Times one.
Oh.
Yeah, they might just be running that.
They sent some blonde lady reporter. The New York Times did.
I think the New York Times is able to employ blondes.
Nope, not allowed. Nope.
I mean, you could be right. It could be an extra interview, but it looked like the same one to me.
All right.
You could be right, but I'm going with you're wrong.
That's always a good bet.
And even if you are right, we're still going to say
so
you're
too.
wrong.
I'm wrong as well. I just think all of you are overlooking all the good he did for boys. Okay? Consider.
Boers and Bernstein.
All right, then don't consider it.
Radio 670.
Longy left.
Well, I had the sponsors to tell you about.
Oh, we
I
better
got to
do
tell
that.
you the sponsors.
Okay. Yeah, how about sponsors?
It brought to you by Blaine's Farm and Fleet, online at farmandfleet.com. Also, calm down. Get more for less with Luna. Go to luna.com/traffic and receive your exclusive discount on all flooring.
That won't get him.
Visit luna.com/ what was that?
It was me screaming when somebody wanted the White Sox to pick up Dimitri Young.
I actually thought that was you just now doing that. I didn't realize that was
No, I couldn't do that. I'd have to leave.
773-202 Luna. That's it. Oh, yeah, David Schuster at 4:30 from the meetings.
Well, that's a tease. Now
he's
we're
a
going
tease.
nowhere.
Good God, I hate people sometimes. Not true.
All the time.
Oh, that's true. Oh, that's so true. Don't run from it.
Before we get to a break, let's go to Henry on the South Side on White Sox Weekly. Hi, Henry.
Chris, this Henry. I call you all the time.
How you doing, sir?
I cannot complain. I'm not going to boo Adam Dunn because, first of all, I root for the White Sox. Oh, hold on 1 minute. Hold on 1 minute, Chris. Let me have a large Sprite heavy ice. Okay. That's it. Chris, I'm into rooting for the White Sox when they going good and when they going bad. Okay.
Yeah.
Real.
Hey, hold on a second? Would you get me something?
What you want, Chris?
What did you already drive through?
I'm going through the drive-through.
But you already passed the speaker, right?
I can bag up.
What if somebody's behind you?
I got a White Sox sticker on the back of my car. They know the move.
That's a great response.
No,
Great response.
Well, what'd you get again?
I got a large Sprite.
Heavy ice.
Heavy ice.
Going to pour in half the bottle of vodka that he's got sitting in the front seat with him.
I, on the other hand, would love a purple drink.
They don't sell that at McDonald's.
Oh.
Hey, you know what they had McDonald's that Joe Ostrowski, our very own Joe Ostrowski, had when he was in Hawaii on his honeymoon?
Is this something that's only in a Hawaiian McDonald's?
Yes. They have the apple pie here, and now they have the holiday pie during the holiday season.
Yeah.
They have banana pies.
Oh, I'd be all over
I've never
that.
been
He
in a
had the
Hawaiian
banana
McDonald's.
pie.
Was it
in
good?
McDonald's.
Well, I have too. Yes.
Was it good?
He said it was great.
Really?
I don't like banana pie too much.
I love
it too.
Banana cream
No,
pie.
I don't.
love it.
No.
Oh.
Like a banana creamy filling inside of
yeah.
those.
Like
So
the one
good.
you were
Fried
talking about, the one at
shells.
Dicka's, I had that and I was like, I'm good.
It's good.
It's not sweet enough.
Man, now I got to go back to Hawaii.
What I was
So
telling
that banana pie at Ditka's is one of the best desserts in the city, along with the carrot cake from Hub 51. I mean, that's like top 5
Oh,
stuff.
that carrot cake. I still dream about
The
that.
butter cake in Mastro's is the best.
Oh,
one in the
that's the
city.
best in the city.
Yeah, by far.
Did I get a
By
piece
far.
of butter cake?
I'm telling you,
Yeah,
the-
Have you had it
easily,
yet?
That easily is.
Have you had it yet?
best
No, I
dessert.
have not.
It is
And
the best dessert in this city.
I'm
It
not
might
a-
be in the world.
I'm not a big dessert guy.
Either
But
am I.
I'm
You
not
know,
either.
You know, yeah.
I will tell you,
Get yourself a butter cake, my
the
friend.
hot brownie skillet at
That-
Fat Willie's.
That just sounds like a move in Tijuana.
No, it's an actual
Sounds like a bad night for
cast
me.
iron skillet.
It sounds like the result of a bad night.
Yeah.
Cast iron
That's
skillet.
I'm afraid
with
so.
with a warm brownie with chocolate sauce over it, whipped cream on that, caramel over the whipped cream, and then nuts on top.
I'm telling you now.
Served hot.
Next time you,
It's a Jerry Sandusky special.
next time you and the little lady are downtown, and you don't,
Okay.
you're just chilling or whatever. Go get some of that
So the
dessert.
butter cake?
The butter cake.
That,
at
yeah, that
Mastro's.
easily is the best
The
one.
best.
You know, speaking of the bananas and stuff, I was always telling the kids we got our dinner reservations for New Orleans. Bananas Foster at Arno's or any of the classic Cajun Creole places there that do Bananas Foster.
Not a
they
big
come out with
banana
a copper
fan.
pan. You know what else? Sabatino's does a Bananas
Yeah, well,
Foster.
you don't know we're not talking to Minnie Minoso anymore.
You're back to the Mini Hall of Fame. It isn't really the Mini
It's
Hall
actually
of
the
Fame.
Maxi. Minnie would be in the Maxi Hall of Fame.
Are you taking the kids down for Mardi Gras? What are you doing?
No, just 4 nights.
Hey, I wanted to make sure I wasn't down at the same time you are. When are you going? Because I might be going the 12th through the 15th with some of my guys.
No, you're safe.
All right, cool.
You're
Just
safe. He's
making
going
sure.
after. Yeah,
Oh,
you're safe.
No, he's going before.
Yeah,
if
you're
that's
safe.
the case.
Yeah, you're
We're going for New Year's.
Oh, A New Year's trip to New Orleans. Wow.
We're going to be.
Anytime you go out in the city, like shoot me a text ahead of time to make sure that we're not going to be at the same spot ever.
Just to make. Okay, I think it's built into our phones.
Just to make sure.
There's an app. There's an
Find
app.
Dan Bernstein app,
right? To keep Dan Bernstein away from me.
It's right next to the pedophiles app. You can download both of them.
You couldn't. You actually
I have to register too.
Anyway.
Just tired of running into Jerry Sandusky and Dan Bernstein.
I have to register as a penis
because if he's walking with you, he's 45 miles ahead of you anyway.
Yeah,
there's no point being with him.
But that's his family. They love him, and he loves them. With us,
they're obligated to
Dan
stay
is
with
all
him.
about. That's why I have a little bit of respect for Dan because he's all about family
modicum
and all about all
Just
about what he can do for the family. But with people,
but the rest of it,
we can all burn in hell.
And charities.
No, yeah, he has.
I still want to investigate what you're doing with all these charities, but
it'll come out sometime down the road.
Second mile.
No, nothing like that.
No, I'm sure you're on the third.
I know
mile.
you're funneling money somewhere.
Yeah, the money aspect. Obviously.
Yeah. Well,
you know what? It's in our best interest for tax purposes to have everything in Antigua.
You know what though? He's sort of. I mean,
I put on your plan now. You dress like a homeless man.
Mm-hmm.
You pretend like you don't look like you have a lot.
But see, the thing is,
I was given this on Friday.
He's really kind of
jerk. Why are you searching for this?
No,
word
I'm not searching. I'm not searching at all because I think he's a classic example. He has zero people skills, yet he still does all right.
Well,
I mean, there's got to be some credit there. There's got to be some props there. He does.
I told you. This is the easiest way to describe him.
He's got some people skills.
Very limited.
Very little, but
very limited.
The people that matter. People that don't matter or can't help him. None. Finish.
Dan is the smartest guy I've ever met with the least amount of common sense. And he would be the first guy I would take to a black tie event and the last guy I'd want anywhere near a party I'm going to.
He'd be the first guy to take and the first guy to leave. Let me get to this. This hour of Boers Bernstein is brought to you by
what?
Northwestern Basketball, Chicago's Big Ten team. Big Ten single game.
The Steve Nash Award.
Is there some naysayers here?
The Steve Nash Award.
Naysayers here?
No, I'm a big fan.
You should go see it. It's always a great time.
I'm definitely going to a game soon, but beware of the flying black men.
Right,
because
it's okay now. The Baylor game's over.
that was uh-oh.
It's okay. The Baylor game's over.
Hourly sponsors, can we just have each hour sponsored by Cracky? We have Terry do that?
Well, if somebody will buy that, sure, I'll happily do that all day long.
Yeah, if Cracky's got money, Cracky gets mentioned.
Cracky gets a little something. Big Ten single game tickets and a holiday plan are on sale now. Get your tickets by visiting nusports.com. And segment also brought to you by Bud Light, the official beer sponsor of the NFL.
We're recovering from the worst Bears game I've ever seen.
We actually talked about it Friday, remember? The worst games we had seen.
That was it.
Next thing you know, it happens.
Absolute no doubter as far as whether the officials, the broadcast, what happened,
and
the opponent, the expectation.
You didn't even get the awesome Chiefs uniform because I think the Chiefs are one of the best HD teams in the game.
They pop.
Yeah, I wanted the red pants. They wore white on white.
You could have worn red pants.
I don't want red pants.
Why not? Do you own red pants?
I owned red pants when I was like 14 years old. My dad, when I bought them, he said, "I have never owned a pair of red pants, and neither should you." And
screw you, Dad. I'm wearing them every day.
Yeah, right. Yeah, they were bad.
And then Andy came by and took away his microwave.
By the way,
I love this place.
If you haven't heard that story,
I love this place. This place is spectacular.
Okay, an email goes out earlier today.
Early
from Andy Saldivar, who's our office manager.
Puentes.
Oh, excuse me, Puentes. I forgot.
Salvador is.
He's gone.
She's San Salvador.
I think.
Go on with the story.
I think she killed him.
Maybe. Well.
I think that's what happened.
When she's done with you,
I know. That's what I'm saying. I think he's
pretty much done. I'll tell you that because she's going to take your microwave and your sack.
He's down there with Bin Laden. I think is dumped off.
You saw the last email about the mail, right?
Right. Well, but so Andrea Puentes sends this note out. Says somebody made a mess in the microwave and left it there, and it's unusable and it needs to be cleaned.
It's either the morning show or the weekends.
Said if it's not cleaned within an hour,
it was either Mac or Spiegs.
No, because it came out before them, though.
It was Spiegel's homemade beef jerky, and Mac put an entire walleye in there.
No, he doesn't need to have beef jerky. He's married now.
He's microwaving a live
maybe he
walleye.
needed more now.
What?
I don't know.
Wow.
Yeah. I think beef jerky was pretty much most of his existence. But that's just me talking, and I don't know what I'm
she says, if
talking
it's
about.
not cleaned up in an hour, I'm getting rid of the microwave.
And then provided
And
the picture.
wasn't Joe. This wasn't like some punk ass David Stern, drop dead.
No,
this is the parenting lesson.
Deadline.
No,
Yeah.
if you say, one more of those
Stand on
and you don't get dessert, you
Stand
have
on
to
it.
follow through.
Gotta stand
because
on
if
it.
you
Well,
don't
the best
follow
was that
through,
she
they'll walk
attached
all
a
over you.
photo of the microwave in the email.
Yes.
And
Did you
then,
see it?
like
And it wasn't
Like
exactly,
someone
disgusting.
vomited in the microwave.
like
Yeah, it's
exactly an
disgusting.
hour later, she said, "Okay, nobody cleaned this up. Feel free to use microwaves on any other floor." And she took the damn thing out.
Phone call
Gone.
over.
Phone call over. That's
And the
it.
toter oven.
She took the toaster oven
That's
too.
gone,
I feel
too.
bad about the toaster oven because
Yeah, she
Russ
took 'em off.
brings his sandwiches, his cold sandwiches,
know.
and makes them warm in the
Poor
toaster
Russ.
oven.
He also brings what he claims to be a big bag of fish. I don't believe that.
Matt
either.
Fishman?
And now Russ is going to have to warm it in his own pants.
Right. Or he's going to have
The
to
red ones.
Or he's going to have to do the jail toaster with the paper bag and the iron on it.
And then you know what happened
Never
though?
heard
That
of
after
Never heard of the jail toaster.
after
You
Andy Warpath, the toaster and the microwave, Ronnie Woo 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 had to clean up the kitchen.
Yeah, it's a damn shame. These ladies, the ladies back there go through, hell.
A living hell.
Dealing with all
First of all, they're all too close to
just
Jackie.
walking slobs.
Woo Woo Woo.
No, but this is what you do. You get the sandwich, whatever it is. You want to make a grilled cheese.
Okay.
You saw what's the movie with Ray Allen and Denzel Washington? He Got Game. You saw that, right?
No.
I mean, I heard about this before that, but you get the grilled cheese sandwich and you put it in. Well, before it's a grilled cheese, you put it in the paper bag and you put the iron on it and you toast it through the paper bag.
I'd never heard of that.
Yeah.
And you celebrate by drinking hand sanitizer.
Yes, and smoking potpourri.
And then it's a party. It's a prison party.
It is a prison party.
I like it.
Yeah, apparently someone's putting their personal mail in the outgoing mail bin that Andy has on her desk.
Uh-huh.
So that was the last email that just came out, the staff-wide email. Stop putting your personal mail in this bin. It's for business only.
Mm-hmm.
She said, if you continue, I will light your mail on fire, is what she said in the email.
There's no empty threats with her. I swear to God.
No, I just applauded her. I went down the hall and applauded her. Yeah, I like
listen,
her.
No, she'll do it.
The day,
I know. I
the day,
applauded her.
the day I met Andy, I made sure she was on my good side, and I got on her good side because you don't want
You don't want to be on her
trouble.
bad side.
You don't want trouble.
No, that's
because then it'll come out at a Christmas party. She'll tell you how she really feels about you.
Oh, she'll get...
No, well, she'll tell you how she feels about you.
Yeah, that's...
Uh-oh.
Well, when you have like
Stop it.
15 drinks or whatever it is, and vino et veritas.
It was though. I've seen a lot of pictures of microwaves.
It was disgusting.
I've seen a lot of pictures of microwaves in my day.
I've seen a lot of them. And
That's what Terry does all day on his iPad.
That's what I do.
Google image.
Microwave porn.
That's what I do.
She's got a fetish for microwaves.
That was
No, it was-
disgusting.
it was.
Here's the thing. That you would think most people that work here would somewhat be responsible adults, and it's not the women
Have you seen
doing
the
that.
sales staff?
No, but you have to
Well,
think about
that's
no,
what I was getting
it's
to.
not even the sales. You got to think about the guys who work here.
I guarantee you it's
of these
weekend
guys,
producers.
Most of these guys don't ever want to impress women by being clean, body wise or grooming themselves.
Yeah, there's lots of
Combing their
stinky guys.
Exactly. So when you think about it, if a guy doesn't care about how he lives, then he's not going to care about how everybody else is living in the same space.
So who is it? Is it the producers or the sales staff?
I think it was McCaffrey. I'm just joking. I'm just
young
joking.
man.
I'm just
No,
saying.
he wouldn't do
I'm just
that.
saying that because he's outside. But
He's
no,
not- yeah, he's-
he would never do that. He's actually a clean freak.
Yeah, he's not a swine. But I was trying. I was trying to think of who I thought of the sales staff, like the old guy sits back there and craps himself, and those like. I just think who would I think would do that? Who would I think would leave it under this condition?
Chad
And now
Ocho
I've got-
Feldman.
And now, yeah. And
No,
now
he
I've
wouldn't.
got to add into the conversation the weekend producers, don't I?
This is so much better than talking about the worst Bears game I've
Well,
ever
that's why
seen.
we're trying to avoid
Because
it.
really, because the Bears season.
I'm glad you brought that up again because
Yeah.
I knew the broadcast was bad.
Oh,
but I didn't realize how he was terrible, just completely terrible. But when my wife makes a point to say about how bad something is during a sporting event, I know it's really bad. Because she's not paying attention to anything,
right?
And she was like, "Who's doing this broadcast? He's terrible. He's awful at this."
Yeah.
Well, when he kept saying, "I got these safeties, they keep coming up and making tackles." Well, you know whose job it is when a guy gets past the linebackers and he's into the third level of the defense. You know what? It's kind of your job to tackle that guy.
You know who didn't tackle a lot of people? Brian Urlacher.
Oh, he had a bad game.
2 weeks
That's
in a
two.
row.
Yeah, 2 bad ones in a row.
Yeah, but you know who did tackle?
Peppers
a lot
had
of
a
people?
great game.
Well, Julius
Peppers was
You know what
great.
I'm noticing
Yeah.
happening?
There's another guy who tackled a lot of people, though.
Who? Lance?
No, not Lance either. Led the team
Jennings?
in tackles.
Peanut?
No.
Chris Conti?
No, but you're getting closer now. You're getting
Major?
warmer.
Craig Stelz.
Well, Craig, I got a little antsy when I saw Craig go back in the deep covers 2 situation. I was like, uh-oh.
Well, you know what, though?
Tear him up.
He'll come up and put a licking on you.
White safeties.
And then he'll tackle you.
He was...
Two white safeties.
Remember, that was the only thing at the press conference today made lovely. That's a good question. Greg said, here's a question. What was the question? Greg Stelz had a good day? Yes, he did. That's a good question. Because he led the team in tackles.
Yeah.
No?
You know what's happening to Urlacher?
You're not sold?
You know what's happening to Urlacher lately? He's getting caught up in the trash, as they say. He's not
jumping over guys to get to the ball.
He's not using his preternatural athleticism to run around people and through people.
He's having a fantastic season.
I know.
Still has. I mean, but 2 games in a row he's been
he gets caught up.
Been absent.
He blocked out of his gap and stays blocked out of the gap.
And now what? With God coming. What now for the
I think that's that get right game. I think
that's what I'm with you. That's what I think it is too.
I think
it's
the Bears
the correction.
Are they going?
How are they going to score? I understand.
They're going to score because
no,
they
but you
will.
know what? You keep talking about how bad the offense was, and the offense was bad, but it wasn't bad because I didn't see a team there that didn't have the ability to move the ball.
Right.
They just failed to execute.
They couldn't block.
I watched Jonathan Quinn led Bears teams that they just couldn't play football.
But a lot of those sacks were Caleb Haney's fault too,
because
you can't
can
pat
only
the
go
ball.
right.
Well, you can't pat the ball and not get rid of the ball. I mean, those guys know after 3 seconds the ball should be gone.
That was the most rhythmless performance. There was no timing.
But it's just
nothing was timed properly.
The problem the offense had yesterday, those are correctable things. It's not the inability to play the position.
Yeah, there were plays to be made.
This is a real defense.
Jonathan Quinn couldn't play quarterback.
This is a real defense, though, you're facing this week.
Well, I know, but I'm saying that these are correctable things. And I wonder if part of it was looking beyond this portion of the schedule.
I think so.
How can you when you're backup quarterback?
That's why I asked Peanut that question we visited with him. I just kept thinking that they were just kind of like
because I think they thought they were going to just like all of us thought that they would walk in there, rush for 150 yards.
Just
and it'll be an
walk
easy
all over
victory. Which you know what, and it still should have been. Should have been a very easy victory.
Yep.
But after the first half, you should know that you shouldn't be down to this team and to get it.
Here's the thing, though. People say that, and I don't know how we're going to get turnovers out of those. And I'm saying we because I do have a mouse in my pocket. But I think there's a certain rhythm to the fact the Bears win. And the only part I worry about is that Tebow doesn't throw the ball close enough to you often enough to get a damn interception.
Well, yesterday's game was, if you're making an argument for Tim Tebow, yesterday's game, he looked okay. He looked all right yesterday.
I'm sorry. I cannot count Leslie Frazier's Vikings as even an NFL team.
But they still get paid, Terry.
I don't think so. I think they've stopped paying him.
I
think they've suspended
They're giving their money.
My favorite part of yesterday's game, though, was the triumphant return of Kyle Orton.
That was hysterical.
That was amazing.
That was awesome.
They run a flea flicker. He hits a helmet. His finger's perpendicular, and it's over.
That was absolutely
grand opening,
best part of the game.
Grand closing.
Yep. And let me
Here
ask you a
comes
question.
Kyle. There goes Kyle.
And Tyler, that's why you screwed around with Todd Haley and saying, well, Kyle's going to get in the game somehow. If you're Tyler Palco, you're like, screw this. I mean, you already giving my job to this guy in the second quarter.
At one point, it did become fun bad, and then it blew right through fun bad and went to awful bad. It actually is the first time it's ever happened with me watching with my son that he actually started laughing. And I said, what are you laughing at? He just says it like he just ran right into that guy's butt and fell down.
I didn't laugh at all. I wanted it to be over, though.
It went past that. There was a brief period.
Just wanted it to stop.
The Orton thing was funny.
Oh, that was great.
That was great. And then
that was the best part of the game.
That was great. And then after that, it was just miserable. But there was just a tiny fleeting
and
moment of fun.
You didn't even get any great plays out of the premier players.
Nothing. I
wanted to see. Well, that's what I'm saying. Other than him, Dwayne Bowe, I wanted to see him. Be Dwayne Bowe. I wanted to see some other guys do what they do. Derek Johnson did what he did.
Johnson question about Peppers, though, just similarly to Charles Tillman on the onside kick at Oakland. When we talked to him about it, where the ball was right there,
clothesline the guy.
But he still did his job. There was a moment where Peppers blew up that little screen,
the clothesline,
and it looked like he could. Had he just gone to the other shoulder, he had a pick six. But he went to attack him instead. I wasn't quite sure what his read was supposed to be or what he's...
Well, if he's back there and he's back there to make a play, then you think that play needs to be made.
The way they coach it, they usually say, get the ball and
There's a
score.
bunch of turnovers that they should have gotten from that bum team.
When the Bears the Bears spent most of the yesterday pretty effective pass rush, more so than you're used to with them. So they were obviously not really believing Kansas City could run the ball on them. And we always criticize Mike Martz. Why would you bring Kyle Orton to throw a flea flicker?
Yeah, that play call was amazing.
What are you doing?
You clearly were bringing him in the second quarter. You're bringing him in, and then you do that.
Yeah, I mean, the Bears had pressure all day. They didn't have enough at times, but, I mean, did you really think you'd have that much time?
We're Boers and Bernstein, top of the hour, 5 o'clock. Matt Bowen will break it down for us. Lawrence Holmes at 5:40. It's an ugly Bears Monday. NFL coverage on the Score, presented to you by Bud Light, the official beer sponsor of the NFL. You have WSCR.
Make moves over the next few days. In Dallas at the winter meetings, I'm David Schuster on WSCR The Score.
Also today, the Golden Era ballot did allow Ron Santo to get into the Hall of Fame. He was voted in today, but Minnie Minoso was not.
That is the most half-hearted way of wording that. It's not, hey, congratulations, Ron Santo elected to the Hall. It was the Golden Era ballot did allow.
Wow. I didn't mean it like that. Okay, stop it. Wow. Okay, no, actually, I totally meant it that way.
Guy.
Totally
That's
meant it that
great.
way.
It's what he...
Well, they actually allowed this ballot.
Judge Surratt wouldn't have said that.
Well, he's just better than me.
I don't know what...
No, nobody's better than you.
No, and nobody's better looking than you either, even Abatacola.
That's true. You know what? You were afraid to say that the other day because, Matt, he only said that one day because you weren't there.
You don't think Matty's better looking than Chris?
Well,
no.
He's like 10 years older, so it's a different category.
Yeah.
Wait. I'm what, first of all? You say I'm 10 years older?
I was actually watching to see how long it took him
All right,
to turn on a microphone.
First of all, I'm not 10 years older than Ronji. Secondly, there's no way he's better looking than I am.
Oh, there's all kinds
no,
of
there's,
ways.
there's not. There's
Give me two of them.
First of all,
give me two of them. Help my argument.
And sloppy every day.
Oh, just because
tell me I'm wrong.
Just because you're wearing a tie.
I mean,
you're
you know what?
Than I am.
You know, hey, frat boy, why don't you get something that doesn't zip up in the
Steve
front?
Lessman's wearing a tie today too. Does that make
maybe
him better
comb your hair,
than
maybe
all
some
of us?
product in it?
Lessman is just getting killed.
Pulling Lessman's card for no reason.
Terry killed Lessman. No,
did he?
Yeah.
Yeah. What did Steve Lessman do to you guys?
All he does is give us gift certificates to beggars.
Right, except for me.
I get that too from Steve.
I have no problem with
He just
anybody.
happens to be
It was just a passing observation.
I'm just saying, get some stuff that doesn't zip and maybe some shoes without laces. Maybe some big boy clothes.
I think there's a lot of deep-seated stuff that's coming out right now between these two lovebirds.
I've said it to his face before.
Matt's
he looks like a slob.
Matt's very angry.
I'm not angry. You look like a
Who am I
slob.
trying
You
to
need
impress?
to present yourself
Am I
better.
trying to impress Mitch Rosen?
No, but I mean, you actually do represent, a baseball team, and you represent the stations.
Right.
Stop looking like a slob.
Right. I've got a nice White Sox pullover on right now.
Oh, does it have a zipper on it?
So what?
Yeah, shocking.
And what's your point?
The dress like
point is, you dress like a
contest.
college kid.
If I go in public, I don't dress like this.
Well, where are you?
Yeah,
now?
he went
This
on the hot stove baseball show on Comcast. And he put
burnt
a
it
tie
up.
on. Yeah, so
Did he tear it up?
Yeah, he did good.
Well, that's like all the producers last week that have been wearing their Sunday finest to interview for the sports director position.
Wearing the "I'm not going to get that job" suit.
The big flashing light that says,
All right, Ranji,
I'm not qualified.
I think when I weigh the argument...
Oh, now you're going to go back on it?
Yeah, I think I'm going to have to go back. I think he's...
Did he convince you?
You know what?
Yeah,
I'll tell you, why don't you stand up for something you believe in, Terry? Don't let people talk
Terry.
into things.
I believe in the second mile.
He's standing up for it.
You should let somebody talk you out of that.
Because I'm wait a minute. You know what it is?
What?
You have no idea what I've done for kids. Okay?
I know what you've done.
Terry
for
was in
kids.
Franco
right.
Harris's car, I think, trying to get some answers.
Hey, real quick, before I let you go.
Yes.
What?
I gotta tell you
You're being
things
so
real quick.
annoying.
Hey, I'm sorry. I'm in the middle
He's
of an
finishing his
update.
update.
Right.
Oh.
I have sponsors and things. Are you telling me that Blaine's Farm and Fleet is annoying you?
No, not
Your
for a
hair is,
second.
Okay, well, online at farmandfleet.com, you can visit them.
Maybe I will.
I don't think you're going to.
I might visit him right now.
Also, Dominic's can help you make the holidays sparkle with delectable Safeway Select gourmet appetizers. They'll make all of your gatherings just as merry as can be. Dominic's, ingredients for life. That's it.
That was smooth.
Very smooth.
That's
I
it.
proved you wrong. I went to Blaine's farmandfleet.com.
Well, you just did it to prove me wrong. You
I
weren't
did.
actually
No,
going to go there.
I do it.
They have their
Out of
Toyland
spite.
countdown to Christmas. And they have fishing gear.
They have all kinds of stuff.
Ooh, I found something I'm getting you for Christmas.
Oh, no.
Yes.
The one thing you got me stopped working. The UV glove. Remember that?
The UV glove stopped working?
Yeah. My hands got too hot.
Were you wearing it?
Oh. Yeah, no, I was wearing it, and I was making chicken Vesuvio, and I put it's an oven-safe pan. You put the pan in.
You got to look out for it.
You brown the
See, not many people I could say that to, and they actually know what the hell I'm talking about. But I knew you would understand that.
Yeah, I saw this thing at the store the other day, Bernsey. I'm like, that's it. Perfect.
All right.
You just heard what he said. He trashed your UV glove.
No, I didn't. It was working fine, and then it stopped working, and my hand got hot.
Wait, what happened?
I don't know. Like it lost its
It burned through it.
ability to
My
keep
oven,
my hand.
my oven mitts have been burned through on the thumbs.
Oh, my
I threw
oven!
them away.
My actual oven mitts are just they're disasters. They
It should be though.
It's a working kitchen. Damn
Right.
it! I keep trying to explain that to people.
You know, I'm going on 2 months being in my new place, and I haven't turned on the oven once.
Not even put your head in it.
Well, that's every Monday.
Yeah, because during a Bears game, you got to have that going.
Oh my God! Just keep it on a constant broil. No, 2 months now.
Why's that?
I don't know. I don't know.
Okay, he doesn't have a
Because
I don't know.
Because I know
I
that,
want to
like,
make stuff.
I know
It's
the
very
one
small.
thing that keeps happening that takes up a lot of your time.
No,
And
that
I
doesn't
would-
happen as much anymore.
Why?
I just knew, I turned
Oh, that's-
31. It's time to.
That's a sad
time to,
holiday note.
But it's time to, get my life in order.
Get your house in order.
The 20s were cool. I'm good on that now.
Please.
Everybody's got to give it up at some point, right?
My 20s were 2 children.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. I don't have any kids, so it's time for me to start. Yeah, as far as I know, it's
2
time for me to
children
start.
I couldn't afford, a wife
turn
I
over a
couldn't
new
afford,
leaf.
a job
Yeah.
I couldn't afford.
Oh, definitely the job part.
Yeah, I had absolutely nothing.
I'm trying to tell young Grant here that he wants no part of this.
Yeah.
Oh, you're that guy?
Oh, definitely scared straight. Definitely, I'm telling him about all the things that he can.
Don't
can
be that guy.
Envision.
Don't be that guy.
I told him if he loves it, then do it.
See, whenever
What do you mean, don't be that guy. I'm not
Don't
gonna
be
tell
that
him to come work for nothing.
No. I've always said this when I've gone to speak to whatever.
Whenever I've gone to speak to kids at elementary schools, whatever, I tell them, hey, listen, do whatever you want to do, but make sure you love it.
Here's what I say:
Be prepared to be broke for a little while.
I always say when I was in your position, I encountered 2 types of guys on career day and all that. There's 2 guys. There's the
Rod Zimmerman and Jerry Sandusky.
No, there's this business sucks. Never do this. It's an awful business. Do anything else with your life. There's that guy.
That'll cost you.
It's just terrible and it's subjective and you get fired.
Oh, no. I'm not bitter guy.
And then there's the guy who all he wants to do is tell you how wonderful he is and all the famous people that he's met.
See, I'm neither one of those guys.
That's the bet. And I always.
I
pledge
usually
I'll be
have to
neither
tell
one
the
of those
one
guys.
kid that's talking to shut up because not on my time. And then I get everyone's attention. Well, because you always got that one class clown idiot, who's in 3rd grade and knows everything. You're like, hey, calm down.
You hit him with a yardstick.
No,
too?
you just tell him to cool out.
Oh, Andy comes by and hits him with a yardstick.
Right, and takes his microwave.
I like the advice that Matt just typed into the screen.
What is it?
Marry a girl whose dad owns a radio station.
That's your best bet.
And what do you do with a publicly traded company then?
I'm not big in your community, though.
Oh, yes,
you
you
are.
Oh, you don't even know it.
Big in my community.
There's statues of you.
Shut up.
And also smaller versions of them.
Right, miniatures.
To be placed on desks or
right
card
next to
deck
Minnie
boards.
Minoso.
That's enough.
Right next to Minnie.
Different statue. And now we're late. And this poor guy's been holding for an hour.
Who is?
This guy.
It's going to be awesome then. Put him up.
Put him up?
Yeah,
Well,
ahead.
he's got to read. Terry's got. Do you have a read?
Yeah.
Or is it in the spot set?
No,
or
it
is
doesn't.
next score event we have, we should give away Terry bobblehead dolls.
No, just give away Terry. Stop at that.
No, I want Terry bobblehead dolls.
We could have them made.
Like
you'll
for
have
the 20th anniversary, and you
it'll
buy
have a
ticket.
fleece.
Every ticket you buy, you get a bobblehead
I actually
doll.
have a bobblehead guy that could do that. That can manufacture these for you.
We should make a Terry bobblehead doll.
If you really want. No, my guy Shelton, he could do that for us. So trust me. If you want to really do it, we get a nice fleece and some track pants and, get the A-Train lips on them.
That's pretty much me, yeah.
And then
pretty much me.
recall it and say it's racist.
Right, and lead-based.
That's right.
Your kids can't lick Terry Boers' bobblehead.
No, it should be flavored.
No, it shouldn't be flavored.
Yes, it should. It'll
Because
taste.
they like that. We'll start to eat them.
It'll taste like cashews and Captain Black.
And smell like English leather.
I still would like some Captain Black.
Go ahead and take the call, and then Terry can do his read.
Yeah, then can we do some Captain Black?
No,
That's
those
a different
days
show.
are over for you.
That was actually CBS 2 postgame.
Here's Aaron on the score. Hi, Aaron.
How you guys doing?
Good, Aaron.
I'm all right, man. I'm 30, and I still think that the worst game I've ever seen the Bears play was the Bears-49ers game when Cade McNown was the quarterback and the ball never crossed the middle part of the field.
Yeah.
That's number one.
That was
number
bad.
two, I think that, everybody wants to put this blame on the game. I blame the coaching staff for over-evaluating what Caleb Penny is. I blame that, and hell, I forgot everything else, and I'm not going to the
He was waiting for an hour.
That's true. Well, that's true. It's our fault. Our bad. I'm a thumb guy.
So for the 20th anniversary party, we're going to unveil the Terry bobblehead doll.
Yes.
I'm afraid of the connotation of the Terry bobblehead doll. Actually, I'm a little frightened by the you lick it. And,
it's not even going to be his head that's moving. It's just his
all of
waist.
a sudden, I become a Penn State coach. I mean, when did this happen? When did this happen to me?
All right, go ahead and read your
Guys, you can really heat things up this Christmas. Send her the original Hoodie Footy pajamas. This is the most talked about holiday gift this year. Only available from pajamagram.com. Nobody else has it. A Hoodie Footy combines the warmth of a hoodie with the coziness of footy pajamas, so it'll keep her warm from head to toe. The Hoodie Footy is made of micro fleece. It's soft, comfy, and warm. It has a full zip front and feet that zip off if she gets too hot. It has a hood and pockets, too. Now, for a limited time, Pajamagram.com is offering the sweet and sexy set. It includes something sweet for her, the original Hoodie Footy to keep her warm, and something sexy, the Midnight Fantasy short set to really heat you up. Buy the sweet and sexy set today and save $50. It's a gift you'll both love. Pajamagram has more than 12 original Hoodie Footy styles, including a new wild leopard print. Every Pajamagram is delivered in beautiful gift packaging with lavender bath confetti, a do not disturb sign, and a gift card, all free. Overnight at Christmas delivery guaranteed. Visit pajamagram.com or call 1-800-GIVE-PJs and tell them the score sent you and loves you.
Hell is wrong with you?
Just go to break.
You're not in the middle of a break. You can't just say it and then just go.
I'm not paying any attention to the time because I was told a long time ago that time does not matter in
Who
radio.
told you that?
Who said that?
Marconi. No, that's the radio guy, the bread guy.
Just go to break.
All right, we're going to take a break. Chicago Sports Radio, 670 The Score.
The Bears folded to the Chiefs and now are 7-5. That playoff picture looking a little out of focus, Bears fans. Hanley here from the Mully and Hanley Show. Mornings 5 till 9. Keep it here throughout Bears Monday as our Bears experts tell you what went wrong on the official station for Bears fans. Sports Radio 670 The Score and 670thescore.com, Chicago Sports Station.
Dear NFL football, here's to Sundays, the greatest 24 hours of the week.
On Sundays, I wear a jersey with someone else's name on it.
On Sundays, I'm not just a man, I'm a fan. And I can prepare a gourmet meal.
Both those guys, Bowen and Holmes, are must-follows on Bears game day. Matt does a nice job of breaking down what's working X and O-wise. Lawrence up there from the press box has his perspective as well. So they're part of my in-game Bears community.
I have no in-game community, just people.
Maybe we could do that for the 20th anniversary. We can do the bobblehead and the launch of Terry Boers' Twitter.
Wait a minute. Whatever happened to the Daniel Twitter launch?
Nah, that's a different show.
Yeah, why did he say he was going to do it and then not do it?
That'd be a lot for Dan to keep up because there'd be an extreme want and need for Dan Aniel's thoughts. So he'd have to do it all the time, probably.
And what would
I don't know
have
if
to do?
You just drop in every once in a while. Whenever you're thinking about something.
I'm never. But see, here's the thing.
You are thinking about things.
No,
I get
promise
emails from you.
Honest,
think
this
about
is God's truth. When I leave here at 6 o'clock, I'm thinking about nothing. I'm not
tweet
interested.
about nothing.
Well, but that's the thing.
You're watching a game, or it'll take you back to your column days.
I'm not that interesting.
Sure, you are.
No, I'm not.
You're more interesting than you think. That whole humble and self-deprecating garbage can go out the door, mister.
Wow.
He's laying it down, isn't he?
He's putting it down today.
I'm just saying.
So that's what happens when you're
here we
the
go.
second most handsome panelist. That's what happens. He's like a Manicola. He gets so sensitive. Although Jay's not as sensitive as Matty. Matty's very sensitive.
Alex Brown's a better looking dude than I am, and so is Ryan Baker. Those two, they've been on TV and in the business for a long time.
No, Ryan Baker is a no. That's a flat no. That's a no.
Ryan's a good looking man.
That's a no.
And Alex is a football player, former football player.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but should make him worse looking, though. He should be misshapen.
Is he officially a former football player?
Yeah.
I think Alex is done. I mean, I don't know if he wants to come back. If he wanted to, I'm sure he could probably. But Alex is slim and trim now.
I was going to say he looked.
Alex
like
is
he
around,
was like 220.
He seems like he was around 230. Alex is still a big frame dude. Yeah, I'm around 228, 230.
Because there was no difference between the two of you other than your horrible posture.
Yes.
Really, there was no difference when I looked at you two. I thought, oh my God, Jay could be coming around the corner.
Bank account. Huge difference.
Yeah, but his money will all be gone. He's a football player, right?
No. Alex,
wow,
Alex is a smart dude.
Well, I'm saying, but on average, that's what happens.
He's not an average football player, though.
That's what most guys.
He's
run
not
out of
that
money.
guy. I'll bet on Alex.
Hey, this just got tweeted by, if you follow New York Times Sports. Remember Derek Bogard, the former NHL goon who died over the offseason?
Mm-hmm. 3 of them did, right?
28 years old, had CTE. This is according to Dr. Ann McKee, the neuropathologist and the co-director of the Boston University Center for the Study of Traumatic Encephalopathy. Said it was surprisingly advanced. She said to see this amount, that's a wow moment. That's according to Dr. Ann McKee, the widely quoted source for a lot of this information. 28 years old. Wow.
And then when you hear what they say and how they feel about having to do that, it makes it even more ridiculous.
The degenerative disease has been found in the brains of all 4 former NHL players examined by the BU researchers, Bob Probert, Reggie Fleming, and Rick Martin. All had CTE.
Rick Martin, not a goon, though.
Right.
You know what's funny is that when Real Sports did the story on the goons and in conjunction with this, with the deaths over the summer, it was actually sad. It was actually sad.
But how they don't want to do it. They hate it.
It's like,
they hate it.
God. You know, they hate it.
It's like human dogfighting.
Yeah, it just...
That's exactly what it is.
They don't want any part of it.
You're in here to...
The only way they can...
Not be skilled, but to throw blows. In a game, you should be skilled.
It is so
Changes
depressing.
Momentum. Oh, it's horribly depressing. And I don't want to watch it now. I never did want to watch it. I hate when people...
Well, see, you were ahead of the curve then.
Ken Rosenthal is tweeting that
John Heyman left his side.
The Cubs have spoken with the agent for C.J. Wilson and are trying to gauge the market.
Oh, God.
My market is no.
My market is 100% no. Well, there's already some taps of markets. My market would have been 100% no.
My market is...
But I'll get to that tomorrow.
No. You are not doing that.
Well, here's what... I can give you what the baseball people figure he's going to get. And are you fastened in over there? You okay? Fastened down?
4 years at 15 per?
I'd say 5 at 80.
Ooh.
For who?
C.J. Wilson.
That's 16 by my math.
Mm-hmm.
5 years, $80 million for C.J. Wilson.
That's the last estimate I saw that he would get.
Wow.
And you know what the sort of giveaway is? Even the Yankees aren't interested.
And they need pitching.
Right.
Maybe they take Zambrano.
I'm telling you, I'd be talking.
That's the thing about the winter meetings. Everybody's talking to everybody.
Everybody's
about everything.
talking. C.J. Wilson is probably somebody, if you want to get your money's worth, and I don't know if you ever approached that kind of money's worth, but in National League.
Why don't you like him as much?
I don't think he's any damn good.
Really?
No, not at all.
So I don't think he's worth what the people are saying he is, but you don't think he's any good?
Mm-mm.
You think he's no damn good?
I don't want any part of him, no.
Arm problems? I mean, what are you scared of?
Him.
His head?
Think, yeah. I don't think he's any good.
A.J. Burnett land?
First of all, I'm right about Burnett. I'm right about Lackey, and I wouldn't. No, I'm not going to spend $80 million.
What is about Wilson, the pitcher, you don't like?
Any of it. I don't think it's something that I look at and say, oh yeah, this is. He's first of all, he's in his 30s, right?
Yeah, but this is his second full season of being a starter.
Okay, all right. I just think it's something that, to me, I've never been impressed Not for a second. And certainly not $80 million impressed. Not a chance. At $16 million a year, let me tell you, if given the choice, I'd sooner
It
roll
certainly
dice with,
doesn't make sense for the Cubs.
No. Mark Burley would make more sense than that.
And that's going to be too expensive for them probably, too.
Yeah, I'm not interested in C.J. Wilson. And oddly enough, that many teams in baseball need pitching aren't that interested either. But you know what they say in the old country, it only takes one.
Keep it here for Matt Bowen breaking down Bears and Chiefs. Yeah, we have to keep talking about it, even though it's the worst game I've ever seen. You have
Terry, he just turned 31.